channel. Today I wanted to come in and give you guys my 2022 plans. I have them written down right here, and nice and organized for you guys. I wanted to start out and say that I am going to be participating in Stitch from Stash, and that is, I'm going to be curbing my spending. My subscriptions are already included, so if you already are subscribed to something, then you don't have to worry about counting that as your in your Stitch from Stash budget. And I'm going to be participating in Stitch from Stash. What I am also going to be doing is what I had intended to do this year, which was to any finish, because I have some WIPs slated. The goal on them is to finish them. I have some WIPs on my WIPGO boards that are slated for a finish as my goal, and any WIP that I finish, the dollar amount that I would be receiving as a credit for that finish in Stitch from Stash is going to go into a pot, so that that money is going to be used at the end of the year for to go toward my reward for a bingo or a full blackout. So that is going to be my plan for that. I'm going to have 3 new starts next year because I need to get my WIP count down. The number of WIPs that I have is currently in like the mid 80s. Not entirely sure. I try to keep a count on it, but it can be hard. I just know that it's in the mid 80s, about 85 right now. So I have 3 new starts planned for next year. And those new starts in January, I am going to be starting Al Forst Embroidery Ever Flowering Garden. It'll be my first Al Forst embroidery, and I'm super excited about that. I have ordered the Al Forst threads that's called for it, but I'm still waiting on those to come in. And I think I may change this. I think I'm going to be doing this on a 40 count Seraphim Fabrics in Winter White. I was going to do it on the antique white that I bought from the stores the other day. I completely forgot that I had this. This is more warm colored. It is a white, but it has kind of a pinkish undertone. You're not really seeing the... But anyway, that may change. I don't know yet. But that's what I'm going to put it on. Plus, I like the feel of this Seraphim Fabrics more than I liked that just basic old antique white. So that is going to be my new start for January. I'll put this over here. My next new start is going to be in March for my birthday. And that is going to be this stamped cross stitch that I bought at Hobby Lobby, I think. It's a stamped cross stitch by Needle Art World, and the I'm pretty sure all this background is just the print. You don't stitch on it, but then you stitch on where the flower is. So that's what it looks like. These colors are not representative of the colors that are going to be stitched on it. So I'm going to try that. I've never done a stamped cross stitch like this before. A printed cross stitch, I guess you would call it. Not really a stamped cross stitch. I've never really done a printed cross stitch before, so I'm going to give that a try. And then my next new start is actually not going to be until October. I'm going to be starting a Heaven and Earth design for kind of in honor of my daughter. And that is Sheena Pike's mini porcelain. give you a close-up. I thought this little girl was really pretty. She kind of reminds me of Abby, actually. And I'm hoping Abby looks like this when she gets about 5 or 6. So I thought that was really pretty. Unfortunately, Hayes did retire of the Sheena Pikes art, so I don't know where you'd be able to get this now. Maybe a printed pattern on the secondary market, maybe. Or maybe another seller might have some of her artwork. But I started that. Well, I'm going to be starting that, sorry. And that is going to be my 3 new starts. Now, I'm also going to be starting, I'm also going to be restarting 3 projects. So I will have I will have either a new start or restart like every other month, give or take. I have my new start in January. I have my new start in March. In April, no, sorry. In May, I'm going to be restarting. I'm just going to show you all the bag. I have it in a bag. It's Avatar Last Airbender, the banners. I had tried to start this originally on a 40 count ale, I think, linen, and I wasn't, it showed up really good, the piece that I got done, but I didn't really like it at the end. So I'm just going to restart it on the basic black 18 count Ada that it calls for. So, and I do already have all the threads picked out for it and everything. I haven't put them over into this new bag. Sorry. Y'all will know there's going to be cat hair, me hair, everywhere in this house. So that is going to be my restart in May. Because I'm starting the mini porcelain in October, which is a 3-month difference between May and October. My next restart is actually going to be in July. And I'm going to be starting, and I'm about to hear a collective gasp from everybody. I'm going to be restarting The Lost Boys. If you've been following with me long enough, you know that it's currently on a very, very, very large piece of 16 count. It's like a sage green fabric. And I did have the woman custom make me a chart so that it could be movie poster size, which is, movie poster size is 24 by 36. She was able to get it on, and my dumb self requested that it be on a 16 count because that's what I liked at the time. That's what I preferred at the time. I had never worked on 25 count, or anything above, I think, 18 count. So I requested that it be on a 16 count, and to be 24 by 36. Well, she was able to get it close to that. She was able to get it 24 by 35. In my age, I don't need that big of a project. I don't need that big of a finished project. So I am going to restart it, but I'm going to restart it on a 25 count. It's a 25 count even weave. So that's going to be my Lost Boys project. I'm going to be restarting that in July. I do need to get the, I'm going to get a pre-gridded 25 count, for porcelain and Lost Boys. So I'm just going to go ahead and order those together at a later time. And then my last thing that I'm going to be starting, my last restart for next year is going to be Big Ass Sampler. And this is going to be in September. Right? I'm telling y'all a story. My restarts are in May and in July. And then because between July and October is 3 months. August, September, October. So there's a 3-month difference between those two. So my last start my last restart, is going to be in September. So that's going to be a big ass sampler. This is from Crafter Dark on Etsy. Yeah, Crafter Dark on Etsy. I'm not sure if it's still available. If it is, I will link it down below. My original start was on a piece of polyester Ada that I dyed, 14 count, and I didn't like it. So I think this could also be changed. I think I'm just going to start it on this. I think this is an 18 count, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly a 16 count. This is just an off-white, antique white Ada, and I already have my needle minder for it. So I think that's what I'm going to be starting that on. Yeah, just an off-white Ada. I want to say it's 16 count. Could be 16 count. I don't know. It's either 16 or 18. So that's what I'm going to be restarting that on. So that is going to be what all my new projects are going to be. My new and my old projects. Like I said, I am going to be doing WIPGO next year. And if you heard me mention boards, as in plural, yes, I'm going to have 2 boards. These are my 2 boards, A and B. So I have so many whips on here that I'm going to have to show y'all what I have here that's on my first board. And I'm going to have to pause y'all, reset, and then come back with my the whips that's on my second board. So what's on this first board? Y'all gonna have to bear with me, because I have way too many whips in this little basket right here. So the first thing that's on my WIPGO, this one really needs a bag of its own. Of course, I guess if I finish it, it won't need a bag. So the first thing on my WIPGO is Coffee Quaker by Heartstring Samplery. I do have my goal on this as to finish it, because I've been working on it for several years now. And I think it's far enough along that I possibly could finish it if I just get down and put some good stitching time into it. This is where it's at right now. So I still have like a little bit like over here on this side to do. Yeah. I have some on this side to do still. And then some more up here at the top. So I'm not too far from being done. It could be done if I got some good stitching time on it. So that one, like I said, I have a goal of finishing it. The next thing that's on my WIPGO board. This is another one that if I got some good stitching time on it, I could finish it. The next thing is Barson Loughbro from Plum Street Antiques. Give you a little bit close-up view here. And I know I'm literally just still on this top half up here. But I think once I get that done, I think it'll go a little bit faster. Why might... I swear. I'm going to try to not make this video 2 hours long. So this is where she sits at right now. As you can see, yeah, I'm still on the top half of it. This is the full width of it. I have some more to do, like a little bit more over here. There's some more wording that comes out, and I need to finish these motifs up here at the top. And then I get to move to the bottom half, which, like I said, will probably go a little bit faster. So that's where she sits at right now. Oh, Coffee Quaker is on 40 count Lakeside Lens in bisque. This is on a mystery fabric. It's a 36 count. I want to say it's probably, what is that? It's a mystery fabric. Let's just put it that way. Like I said, that one's a finish. The next one, actually, I am currently working on. And I know that is Hannah Sanderson. I just pulled it out to work on it. Don't worry, I didn't get very much done on it. I got like 1.5 flowers done on it. So this is where she's at now. I can't guarantee I won't get any more progress on her before the end of the year. But my goal on her in 2022 is 10 days. And to meet the goal of stitching for a day on something, I need to complete at least 22 stitches. So that is where she sits right now. That is on 40 count Weeks I Works in straw, I think. Like I said, 10 days on that one. Next thing that I'm going to be working on is Birds to the Boughs by Lindy Stitches. These things don't want to go back in these things when you're in a hurry. And I'm doing this on, it's a Picture This Plus Crystal something. Crystal Helix by Picture This Plus. Good thing I wrote that down. I'm going to show y'all what I have done, but I need y'all to realize something. This is what I have done on it, but I need y'all to realize something. You see how this fabric is longer than it is wide? That's because I started it in the wrong orientation. When I did the little center motif right here, apparently I somehow inadvertently twisted it. It's supposed to be going this way. It's supposed to be wider than it is long. So what I'm going to do is I am going to frog out this boat and restitch it in the correct orientation. And my overall goal on this piece is 1,000 stitches after I finish the boat. I don't know, maybe I'll include the boat. The boat is several hundred, I know. So that is going to be on there as well. My next project on WIPGO is Mirabilia Aphrodite Mermaid. She is being stitched on a lovely piece by Samplery Express. A 32 count in Ariel's Grotto, I think it's called. Grace's Ocean. Sorry. Yeah. I haven't got very far on her. And if you've seen my last couple of, one of my last updates, you know that I get very bored with black very quickly. And I'm trying to do all of that black in her tail. And it's not working out. So that's where she's at right now. And then I'm going to have to insert a picture of this because I don't have the printed. It's going to be a Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. And this was just a start earlier this year, and I didn't get very far in it. Y'all going to be amazed by my progress. That's all the progress I got done. I started in March, if I'm not mistaken, and this is what I got done in one day. Because I was doing 31 new starts in March, which was a huge mistake. So that's where that's at right now. Doing it in mostly like Mosale silks. This is going to be the primary silk. It's a dark blue. And then I have some green. And then I have this other floss I'm not sure if I'm going to use or not. But it's in there. So that's where that's at right now. That is on... It's a 40 count picture of this plus... Sprite maybe? I don't remember what the fabric is. And I didn't write it down. Actually, hold on. Here is the tag. To see if I'm right. Yes, I'm right. 40 count Sprite by Pictures Plus. My goal on that one is 10 days. Just so you know, the majority on my WIPGO boards are going to be either going to be 10 days or like 1,000 stitches, something like that. Some of them are like 5 days, a little bit of stitching. My next one, I'm also going to have to insert a picture because I don't have like a printed picture to show you guys. Or do I? Did I print out the picture? I kept meaning to. I don't know if I ever did. No. I didn't. It was just a pattern. It was an image that I charted myself in a stitching software that I used to have that I don't have access to anymore, but I still have the pattern. And you will have seen the picture that I used, but I did do some editing for his birthday, like the year of his birth and the year of his death. And this is Chester. This is a project that really means a lot to me. And that's how far I am on him right now. Not very far. I need to get some more stitching done on him. And my goal on him is 1,000 stitches. So just this is actually a 22 count Ada or hard hanger, or whatever you want to call it. I'll put these over here. Next up on my WIPGO is a Scarlett House, A Changed World. This was a start in March also, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was a start at another day, another time, like when it first came out. And I'm stitching this. What am I stitching this? I want to say it's a Seraphim fabric, but I don't remember what. It says how far I got on it. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see what fabric this is. Kind of looks like Dusty Road, but that's my start on it. And my goal on this is 10 days on this. I'm gonna have to reattach that. The little charm fell off of the zipper. And then the next project is going to be one that I also have not worked on in a couple of years since I started it, and that is Faith, Hope, and Love by the Workbasket. This one I am also doing with a Silks For You silk. It's kind of it's deep purple to a lighter purple. This was a birthday start back in 2018, I believe, maybe. And I'm doing this on what I believe is Bramble. 40 count, picture this plus Bramble. And that is my start on it so far. Like I said, I have not stitched on it since I started it. And I need to stitch on it. So, my goal on this one is to complete this first section right here. Complete this one. I want to try to do this up diagonal other V. Let me get back out here. So this is where I'm at right now. As you can see, I have one of these lines right here. And then I have that bird up here at the top. My goal on this one, since 40 count usually goes pretty quick for me, my goal on this one is to finish at least where this dark part is on where the cross is. Not necessarily to finish that border right there, but to at least finish over to where the cross is. So that's the first section that I want to finish. So I'm sure that'll be a couple thousand stitches. And so next on the board is one that, this is one of my OG whips. This is Watery Tart. This is by, I know, I always forget. It's Dinah Jansen. I always forget who that is. I want to say Craft for Dark, maybe? I cannot remember who it's by. To save my life. Thought I had it wrote down somewhere. I guess not. I want to say it's Craft for Dark, but I also don't think it's available anymore. I'll have to look. Any digital patterns that I show you guys that are from Etsy or whatever, I will try to link down below. This is where she sits at right now. I've got a good bit done on her. You would think that I was almost done. But after bringing this on around, her whole tail is down here. After bringing this down and finishing the quote in the middle there, she does have like different colors of gray in her body and everything as like accent stitches or shading. So that's where she's at right now. I don't know why I started this so far over. I thought I started it in the middle. Apparently I didn't. So, yeah. This was actually on a piece of 16 count, or maybe 8. This is 18 count. It's one of those two. I think it was a 16 count that shrunk. But this is a piece of 8 that I dyed myself. And the goal on that one is to finish that one as well. The next project on the board is one I also would like to finish. I want to show it back here. It is a freebie that you can still find. I have checked. It's called Dutch Tulip by Threadwork Primitives. You can find it on their website. Under freebies. And this is where it's at right now. I also have not stitched on this in a couple of years. I would like to go ahead and knock this out. There's a little bit more to it than, in my mind, than what there is left. So this is where that's at. This is on a piece of, it's the MCG antique white, the 28 count linen, the 28 count even weave, but I just kind of over dyed it with some brown. So that should give you an idea how long it's been since I started it. I used MCG linen, MCG even weave. So I said my goal on that one is to finish that one. The next WIP is Sleepy Hollow. Currently on him, I've gotten the black done on the back end, and I'm kind of working on some other colors. My goal on this one is to finish the horse. Not necessarily the rider, but to finish the horse. So I still have a lot more black in my future. I'm going to be stitching with a lot of blacks this year. This is being done on the called for 28 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. And that's where the progress is now. See, that's what I was saying. I have most of the back end done. I still have some in the tail to do here. And then I'm going to start moving to the front half of the horse. So that's where he's at right now. I'm trying to move through this as quickly as possible. Andy did take Abby out for a little daddy-daughter time. He was going to go hit up Target, and then I think he had to go to Walmart. We decided, we'd seen a DVD with all of the old Christmas movies in it, like the Snowman and the Santa Claus and the Rudolph and all that. We had seen a DVD the other day while we were in Walmart, and we didn't get it. And we realized the other night that we probably should have gotten it because we kind of wanted to watch them so that we can watch them with Abby. So the next project, I'm not going to take it out of the bag because it'll be a pain in the butt to get back in, is with the needle 2. And I am working on this little vignette right here. I think I'm still like in the area where the water is. And my goal on this one, this is where she's at right now. My goal on this one is to finish this scene. And I know for a fact this is a Seraphim fabric. No, sorry, it's a pecan butter. This is Lakeside 40 count Lakeside linens and pecan butter. Or pecan butter, or pecan butter. I'm kind of weird. I kind of say it as a mishmash between the two ways that most people say it, which is a pecan. But I am trying to get through this as quickly as possible. The next one is Long Dog Samplers. This is Death by Cross Stitch. Y'all just saw this if you watched my my recent, not the last one I just put out, but the one before that. You will have seen that I actually did get some more progress on this one. And I'll show it again. This is where it's at now. This is just on a MCG 32 count linen, and Oyster is the colorway, which is basically just an antique white, off-white kind of color. Which I actually like this fabric. It doesn't bother me. And my goal on this one is 10 days on this one. And I'm just doing it with 3 colors of DMC. I thought about putting in a 4th color. Still haven't convinced myself to do that yet. And then the next up we have on my board is the Heartstring Samplery Choose Your Own Motto Sampler. I had her custom chart me a quote. That says, "Time and chance, happiness to them all." But that's not going to matter right now because I haven't gotten very far on it. That's where it's at right now. I'm just working on that first flower. This is a Picture This Plus. Where is it? Wren, maybe? I think Picture This Plus Wren. Hold on, I got it. It's right here. Oh, see, in my mind I was thinking Legacy. So it is a 40 count. Picture This Plus Legacy. I thought Legacy was more green. No, that's Heritage I'm thinking about. So that's where that's at right now. My goal on that one is to finish that whole top border, which I know is a lot. Well, I'm gonna fall, and you're gonna fall in the wrong direction. Next up, we have Lucy Beam, Though He Seemeth Sleeping. And this is where I'm at on that one. I think this is the Seraphim Dusty Road. This, I'm pretty sure, is the Seraphim Dusty Road. Because I can tell by the coloring. So that's where that's at right now. My goal on this one is 5 days. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this one because it is a smaller sampler. Bigger samplers get 10 days, smaller samplers get 5. And then we have a project that I have not touched in a very long time. And that is the Crabby All Year series by Raise the Roof. You don't need to see my pattern. Crabby All Year. This is actually the this is the one that I'm currently on, which is the April through June, sorry. This is being done, I think, on a 32 count. 32 count Picture This Plus Ale. And this is where it's at right now. I apologize if it's all wrinkly. So that's where it's at right now. Yes, I know there are things that you're not seeing, that you saw in the picture on the model pattern. That is because, like, right here there are long stitches in this form. I'm going to wait until the end to do those. And there are buttons in each block. There are several buttons in each block, and those are also going to have to wait until the end. So that's where that's at right now. It's just in DMC. My goal on that one is to first up to finish the block that I'm currently on, because I don't have a ton left in that one, and then to start and finish July. And then the next project is one that's in a bag that I need to be careful with. Next project is Moths by Marcha Dolig. This one I'm pretty sure is still on the Hage site. I haven't gotten a whole lot done on her when I first started working on her. See which way is up here. That's all the little bit that I got done. Just lots of gray. So that's all there is on this one. My goal on her, how did I have this folded? Can y'all tell me? My goal on her is to finish the next diagonal. Of course, I don't know. I may change that because I'm going to try to start doing the cross country. And God, I really need to put these flosses in bags. I may have to change that to 1,000 stitches. We'll see. Either 500 or 1,000. So I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to do 500 stitches because those things take time. I'll put 500 stitches, but I might work toward 1,000 stitches. Even though it looks like I just reached into the last of the projects, there's still a few more that didn't. They were like spilling out. That's why I had to take them out. Next up, we have one of Cheryl's favorite projects. And that is the 1816 Vierlande sampler. This is in, I always want to say the Gift of Stitching, but it's not the Gift of Stitching. It's Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. This was in the summer 2015 issue. If you have a subscription to just Cross Stitch, you probably have access to the Sampler and Antique Quarterly issues. So this is where it's at right now. I don't think it's in the way of anything. So that's where it's at right now. Yes, as you can see, I'm doing it in blue. This is on a 40 count ale by Picture This Plus. Oh, sorry, this is Oaken. Thought it was ale. 40 count Oaken. And my goal on this one is 10 days. I started to give myself an actual set goal. Like finish so many motifs or something like that. But I thought it'd be easier to just give myself a number of days on this one. Next up, I have Princess Mermaids. I also have not worked on this one in a very long time. By SODAStitch. And this one is being done on a 28 count Opal Caribbean Tides by Under the Sea Fabrics. This is where it's at now. Sorry for the very heavy needle minder. That's where it's at right now. And you can't tell much right now, but that's, this is her hair and the edge of her face and her skin. And her hand is going like this, something like that. So, but my goal on this one is to finish this first mermaid. So, it's actually a little bit darker than it's showing up in person. So, I may have to do this in 2 parts because I don't want to have like a 2-hour whip parade here. The next project is another OG, and that is the stained glass Ariel. I got this off of Etsy years ago. It's not available anymore. But if you like this type of style, there is a designer who has the original type of style. I can't remember for the life of me who it is. My mind's going blank right now. Anyway, this particular version of this Mermaid is not available anymore. So this is where she's at right now. I just have that little bit left to do on the bottom border down there. My goal on this one is 10 days. These are big chunks of color. This is a 16 count Ada that I got. I think this is a fabrics by LJ, who unfortunately doesn't dye fabric anymore. These are bigger chunks of color, but it goes so slowly, which is why I made the choice to do my goal in days and not number of stitches. Because if I try to do number of stitches, I would never finish it. And then the next one, I don't think I have a picture of the first 2 parts. I need to print out the one with all 4 parts. But this is the 18th century band sampler. This is actually by Long Dog Samplers, believe it or not. And this was in the Gift of Stitching from February 2007. This was actually the part 2. So it started in it started in January 2007. And it ran through March and April. And this is where this one is at now. This is on a 40 count. And this one I believe is actually Ren. I think. Don't hold me to anything. That's where it's at right now. And my goal on this one is 5 days. And then, second to last, we have a Dimensions kit in the moment. This is Live Life in the Moment. This was a kit, so therefore I am stitching this with on the kit fabric with the kit floss. And this is where it's at. And my goal on this one is to complete this word block right here, which is the word life. I want to try to do some of these half stitches that are around the outside of it anyway, in addition to that, because that's all the background. That's what makes it look like it's on a wooden board. So to finish that word block is the goal. And then the last project on this board, at least, the last project is going to be the White Pumpkin Sampler. This one is another OG, and this one is actually really close to a finish. What you're going to see is not anywhere close to this whole thing. I'm not doing that quote up there, and I'm also not doing the border. So literally the only thing that I'm doing is the urn here with all the pumpkins and everything around it. So that's why I say, when you see what you're going to see, that's why I say I'm almost done with this. And this is another Fabrics by LJ. I don't remember the name of it though. I want to say it's Radioactive. But this is where this one sits at right now. Yeah, I don't have a lot left on it. It's all bits and pieces in the different greens and browns that's left. So I don't have a whole lot left on this one. This one could be finished up relatively quickly. This is just on a 14 count. Like I said, Fabrics by LJ. And if you notice, it's all center, and that's because I wanted it a little bit more on the green side and not this darker black side. That's why. So that was all of the first WIPGO board. So let me pause you guys and reset, and I will come back with the next 24. So hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm back at it with the second half of my WIPGO board projects. The first project in this bin on my board is going to be Princess Grace's ball gown. This is by Teresa Gill Designs. I'm sorry, Teresa Gill Cross Stitch. You can find her on Etsy. I am stitching her on 14 count Picture This Plus Ada in petal. And Picture This Plus's Ada is very soft. So if you don't like soft Ada, probably wouldn't be the best for you. But this is where she's at right now. I actually had to rip out a lot of this last time I worked on her and restitch it because I was stitching over where the beads are supposed to go. And I had to undo it and start stitching to where I skipped the spaces where the beads are. So it'd be easier for me to find where the beads are supposed to go. So that's where she's at right now. My goal on her is 5 days. I don't know why she's beautiful, but I don't know why I have such a tough time wanting to stitch on her. So I'm only making myself work on her for 5 days. Next up, we have, there's some smaller ones right here I need to get out. Next up, what was it? Alright, I have a pattern that's disappeared. I know I brought it out. Oh. For some reason I was thinking it was in a smaller pack because it is a smaller design. But the paper pattern for it is not. So this is Color Lace. It is a freebie by Blackbird Journey. You can find it on their website. This is another project that I have not worked on in a very long time. This is just it's a mystery linen, a white linen. I have no idea what I started this on. But this is where it's at right now. As you can see, I've only done halfway, like completely all the way around the yellow. So that's all I've gotten done on it so far. I started this years ago, y'all, and I still haven't finished it. My goal on this one is to finish it. To completely finish it, beads and all. Which I still need to buy the beads for that. Next, we have a project which I did start it a couple years ago for my son, and that is Spike's Beagle. This is a design that's kind of taken from the intro credits of a show called Cowboy Bebop, the anime, not the live action. And funny enough, we've actually been going through and rewatching, me and Andy have actually been going through and rewatching Cowboy Bebop. So this is where he's at right now. Just doing him on a black 18 count Ada. Trying to make sure. Okay. I had to make sure which way is up. Because this is his hair up here, and then this is him. That's his finger where he's holding the cigarette. So that's where that's at right now. Like I said, just a black 18 count Ada. In the called for DMCs. So my goal on him is to finish him, because I need to get him finished for my son. Bonus if I could get them finished by next Christmas. Then the next one, this one is right here somewhere. I just saw it. Here it is. Next one, I just started in March, and I don't want to hold on to it if I can avoid it. And that is, anyway, that is the Flowers in Bloom. That's the pattern that I'm working on right now. Right here, it's called Flowers in Bloom. This is by Rosewood Manor. This is a print out of the front page. The front cover, sorry. This is by Rosewood Manor. It's a book called Something Old, Something New. And it has a lot of different patterns in it, as you can see. But like I said, I started this in March, and I would like to get it finished. If I'm not mistaken, I think I just put I'm stitching this on a remnant of a 40 count, the Lakeside Linens in Bisque. Yeah, this is the remnant. Which way is up? I think this is up. I don't know which way is up. I think this is the way. I think this is up. But that's where it's at right now. I didn't get a lot done on it when I started it, but it's not a big design at all. This is actually the bottom of it, and it's not a big design at all. So my goal on this one is to finish this one as well. And I'm just doing it in the DMCs. So at least that's one good thing about Rosewood Manor, is a lot of times their stuff is charted in DMC. So, and then the next project, this one I also would like to get finished. I'm going to hold the pattern back here. Don't let the coloring of the pattern fool you, because that's just me marking off where I'm at on the pattern. And that is Midnight Meow. This is by Nora Corbett. You can find it on the interwebs. You just have to search for it. It's not on her website. It's not on the Mirabilia website. You do have to kind of search for it. It was for a particular event years and years ago, but it's still out there in the internet land. So this is where he's at right now. Last time I worked on him, I did finish off the body there. So now all I have left to do is the wings and the beading. So hoping I can get him done this year. And then the next one is, I'm just going to hold this up right here. It's Goldfinch and Lilacs by Dimensions. I believe I started this one sometime this year. It wasn't in March. Or no, it might have been at the end of last year. Because I felt like I needed a new start. So this is where it's at right now. I'm just doing this on the 14 count Ada that's included with the kit floss. So that's where it's at right now. I had started on the lilac bush over here. So, and this is another one that, well, no, I was about to say this is another one that I want to finish, but my goal on this one is only 500 stitches. So it's a small pattern. I don't need a whole lot of progress. So 500 stitches on that. I'm sorry I'm losing light, y'all. It's getting kind of late here. It's like 5:15. And I'm also trying to like hurry through this before Andy and Abby get back. Then the next on the list is, I'll move these. Next on the list is a kit, Design Works. Sorry, I couldn't remember who the kit was by. It's by Design Works. It's called Dove of Peace. I kind of started this in honor of my mom. I wanted to do it for her, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done in time before she ever leaves this hers. And I'm just doing this on the the kit fabric, which is a 14 count oatmeal Aida with the kit floss, and that's where it's at now. Might have to fold this up the way I had it. And then the next on my list, come here, behave. The next one is one that I just recently restarted, and that is Dutch Sampler. It's by WIPGO Designs. I originally started this when out of the 101 Best Loved Designs from Cross Stitching Country Crafts. But the pattern in that book can be a little bit tricky to navigate just because there's so many colors and you're trying to figure out which color goes to which floss, which symbol goes to which floss. And then there's also different colors of back stitching and all that good stuff. So I went ahead and purchased the pattern from WIPGO Designs from their website and restarted it. I'm doing this on, it looks like possibly a 28 count. I don't remember what I'm doing this on. Oh, I can tell you what I'm doing this on. This is why sometimes I save these things. Yeah, 28 count antique white. And that's the floss. So, trying to remember which way is up here. So that is what I got done on my restart. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And my goal on this one is 1,000 stitches. Which I should be able to get done in the border. Next up, we have Rocky Mountain Selfie. This is by Nini Designs on Etsy. I thought it was so cute. There's different artworks like this. I think they're all by the same artist. One has cats, one has dogs. There's a farm one, I think. But I thought this Rocky Mountain Selfie was so cute. And I'm just doing this one on a 25 count even weave. 1/1 full cross. And that is my amazing start on it. This was a 1 day start, I think. So that's all I got done on it. My goal on this one is 500 stitches. Next up is I hope he's not back yet. Next up is a freebie that I received with an order from Needlecraft Corner, and this is called Garden Square. This is my start on it. It's only like 3 colors, so that's my start on it. I am doing this 1/1 on the 28 count. This is a Queen Anne's Lace Jobelin. Okay, sorry about that. I heard the dogs barking and I got up to make sure Andy hadn't got home yet. So moving on to the next thing. I just showed y'all Garden Square. So next we have the 2020 Pandemic Sampler. This is by Sarcy Girl on Instagram. If you go to her Instagram page, she has a link tree with this where you can get this design. And this is being done on, I actually did restart this one recently as well. So this is being done on a 40 count Be-Stitch Me in Bedrock. Remember which way is up here. So that was my restart on it. Was that little center flower. I had wanted to, when I worked on this and restarted this, I wanted to get the whole motif done, but it didn't happen. So that is my restart on that. My goal on this is 5 days. I'm really trying to get this, hurry up and get this done though, because I don't expect they'll be out too much longer. Next up is another project that I would like to finish. I need to finish. And that is the Brooks Books Spirit of Joy. I started this so many years ago when me and my ex-boyfriend were still together. And he was Indian. And I was going to do one for his mom and one for his aunt. And when we broke up, I was like, well, I'll still do the one, because I've already got it started, and so it's gotten a little bit, the perforated paper has gotten a little bit bent up, but all I really have left, there's a little bit of the green, of that darker green left to stitch, and I think that's it on the stitching, but literally all I have left on her is beading. And then on this, all I have left is that the little bit of the darker green that's left in those flowers, and then to bead this as well. So it can be done if I get myself down and do it. I think though, what I'm struggling with is the fact that I don't like, not that I don't like Brooks Books stuff, but her stuff just doesn't scream to me like it used to. So that's why I'm kind of struggling on this one, just at least to get it done. So yeah, my goal on that one is to finish her. Next up, this one was a March start as well. And I'm sorry I don't have the big picture to show you, but it is in the world of cross stitching. Can't just show you here. I'm gonna hold it back. It's called Cat Cushions by Doreen Jones. And I started this on 32 count Under the Sea fabrics, and I think the colorway is called Iris. So this is where I got to on that one. It's very colorful. So that's where I got to on that one. Just a lot of black. Just some black black stitching, that's it. My goal on that one is to complete that first circle, that first cat. Next we have a kind of another recent start. I think I started this, did I start this at the end of the year last year? Or maybe not, I don't remember. And I think this was a March start actually. This is called Calendar of Events. It's a sunset kit. An old kit. I am doing this on, I'm doing this with the included floss, but not on the included fabric. Andy just sent me a message they were on their way back. So I have maybe 30 minutes, so I need to get this wrapped up. So this is the border, and that's the piece of the border that I got done. It's on a picture of this plus even weave. I don't know what. Maybe another legacy, I don't remember. Y'all will see all of these projects again when I pull them out to work on them next year. Next up, I have another one that was a March start. It's called I Have to Scream by the Sunflower Seed. It says it's been lovely, but I have to scream now. It's basically how I feel every time I go into a crowd. Okay, so sorry, I had to message Andy back to let him know that I'm filming. Take your time. So I pulled out that one y'all just saw. Was I have to scream. My goal on that one is to finish it. It's not a very big. Did I even show y'all? Did I even show y'all? I didn't even show y'all the pattern. I'm sorry. And I showed y'all the pattern, but I didn't show you what I've done on it. So not a very big design. This is what it's looking like right now. This is on one of those opal picture pluses. Probably the remnant from my Lindy Stitches one. So that was that. My goal on that one is to finish it. Next up, we have Last Stitch Cemetery by Hinzight. Last time I worked on it, I think I just finished up the stitching on this tombstone right here. So I have both of the stitching on both of these tombstones done. So this, I am stitching this on, of course, everything falls out, doesn't it? And that's what always takes up the time. So I'm stitching this on Under the Sea Fabrics. I can never remember what the color name is. I always want to say Zephyrus, but that's not it. I don't think that's it. So this is where it's at right now. My goal on that one is to finish this one. Next up is one that y'all also have not seen in a while. Southern Social. It's a Dimensions Gold collection. This always reminds me of like Gone with the Wind. I'm doing this on the kit fabric with the kit floss. And it's not 18 count if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's 18 count, Ada. So this is where it sits at now. Sorry, I'm not good. That's where it sits at right now. My goal on this one is 10 hours. So this one is a little bit different. This one, it's a little tricky for me to get through. So I'm just counting hours on this one. So, and then next up is another March start. This is Miss Sarah Jane by Lottie Da. And I'm stitching her on, I believe it was a 40 count. Is a 46 count. 46 count Confederate Gray. And I didn't get a big start on her when I started her. And I did work on her a second time. But this is how far I got on. Just like the white that's in her, the middle part of where her dress is. Where her skirt is. It's like an under piece or underskirt. There you go. That's where I got. That's where I'm at so far on her. Teeny tiny stitches. And it's just done with DMC. So that's what I'm doing it with. Next up, I told you my goal on her is to complete her. Like all of Miss Sarah Jane. Not the whole pattern, but all of her. Let me pull this back out and show you. I want to complete her. Like all of her. Not necessarily the stuff on the side, but just her. Then we have the next thing. And this was a March start as well, if I'm not mistaken. This is a free pattern that I found somewhere on DeviantArt. It's a Hello Kitty cupcake. The orange you see in the middle, that's just me marking out the pattern. Anytime there's like large sections of color, I have to have a printed pattern so that I can mark it off. And this is where I got on that when I worked on it. This is a Fabrics by LJ. I think the colorway is called Gamble, if I'm not mistaken. But it's the Fabrics by LJ. And then next up, getting through this pretty quick. Next up is another kit. It's another gold collection. It's called Kitty Litter. I've only worked on this a couple of times, and the last couple of times I tried to work on it, I ended up having to frog. So I'm hoping that I can start getting through this without any issues from here on out. Doing this on the 18 count Ada that's included with the included floss, and this is as far as it is right now. Anyway, it's a stiff Ada. I apologize. I was going to try to fold it in for you guys, but it's not going to happen. So that's where it's at right now. That's just that little orange tabby kitten that's in the middle. My goal on this one is 1,000 stitches. We're getting through them. I'm on the last row. The next one up, I'm not going to take this out of the thing. It's One Nation. I literally just started this on Memorial Day, I think. I just started this, and I want to put some more stitches in it, obviously. I am doing this on a 40 count raw linen. And this is how far I got. My goal on this one is to at least get through half of the stars. To do half of the stars. I may actually change that goal. Yeah, I'm not going to change that goal. I want to get through at least half of the stars. Which are more of a Quaker style star. So that that's that one. And then another one that's in a bag that I'm not going to take out. This one I did start last year, but I just haven't really gotten any stitching on it. It's Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick. I'm stitching this on a 32 count linen. I think this is a 32 count. Is it a 32 or 28 count? Probably 32 count. And that's all I got done. All I got done was the lady's face. That's all I got done. So, yeah. That's all I got done on her. My goal on this one is 500 stitches. And I did dye this myself. It's a 32 count even weave. Sorry, it's a 28 count, 32 count even weave that I dyed myself. That's what happens when you start trying to rush through stuff. And then another one that I can't really show you the pattern because all I have is the pattern. If I still can find the picture of somebody else's stitching of it, I will post it. This was a freebie that was posted in a Facebook page, but it's no longer available. So this is where I got to on this one. This is on, it's a 40 count Maritime White by Lakeside Linens. My goal on this one is to finish it. And then the last project is actually over here, because I still have it on my table. The last project on my WIPGO is Blackbird Designs Winter is Past. If I can get back to continuing to work on this every month for the Blackbird Design sale, I could get it finished. And that's what my goal is, to finish. This is a 36 count Weeks Dye Works parchment. And that's where I'm at on it so far. I'm almost done with the border. I still have this side over here, and then the flowers left on that side. So I can get it done if I try hard enough. So that is all the whips that I have listed on my two WIPGO boards. I did want to share something else that I had made up for myself to help me with my goals, and that is a progress tracker. I have room for the whip, what my goal is, and then each of these there's like different check blocks in there. Each block you would check off once you've done 100 stitches or an hour or a day. So that is, I made this up to help me keep track with how much I've worked on these things. So for like good intentions, I'm just looking at my last. For like good intentions, sorry, where I'm doing 500 stitches, what I would do is I would write good intentions, 500 stitches, and then for each 100 stitches, I would check off a box. So I just made that up for myself to kind of help me with keeping track of my whips, my goals, my progress. Sorry, I made it up to help with my progress. So that is all my whips on my WIPGO boards. The last couple of things I wanted to mention is I'm going to do something in 2022 with my WIPGO. It's going to be the double down whips. The double down whips is whatever numbers are called each month, is going to correspond to she's calling two numbers, right? So say 1 month's number is 3 and 20. So 3, this is 3 on this board, and that's 20 on this board. And then on this board, that's 3 on this board, and that's 20 on this board. So out of those 4 whips, I am going to decide either by spinning a wheel or kind of a process of elimination, coin flip somehow. It really depends on the whips that are called. I'm going to choose one out of those 4 whips to get double the progress, double the amount, double the goal on whatever whip that is. If it's a goal where, say the whips that corresponds to one of them is a finish, is a goal, that one's automatically eliminated. If a goal is like, say, I finish a particular section, that one also will probably be eliminated. I mean, usually the goals that are going to be doubled are either days or number of stitches. So out of 4 possible projects each month is called, one of those is going to be a double down project, which means the goal on it is going to be doubled, so that I can hopefully get a little bit more progress on that particular whip. Depending on the month, depending on the whips that are called, what the options are for that month it may determine which whip is going to be the one that's doubled. It just depends. So I may have to use a variety of choosing methods. So, but I will let y'all know when those numbers come up, when they're chosen, which whip is the double down whip. So I'm still thinking about March Mayhem. I may work solely on my kits. I may work solely on my HAIDs or my full coverage projects. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'll figure out something for March Mayhem. It's not going to be 31 new starts. There's not going to be any more starts than just my birthday start, but So I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of new starts for March again. So I will definitely figure out something for March. But that's all I have for you guys. I'm sorry if this was so long. I've tried to get through it as quickly as possible. So yeah, looking forward to 2022. And hopefully I won't burn myself out on it in January. So until I see you guys again next time, be good. Bye guys.